welcome back to another edition of Big Bull Technology. Today, this is video number 3 of our pencil box series. Today, I've got some helpers with me, and we're going to be learning how to use this stuff down here and to be cutting this piece, our end block piece, into the small pieces with the tendon saw and the bench hook. So, let's get going. Here we go, so I've got my bench hook into my vise, and now I'm ready to cut down through my cutting channel. I've got it set up for my right-handed because I'm going to use the tendon saw in my right hand, and I'm going to cut down through my cutting channel there. Now, if you're strong enough, your hands are big enough, you can hold it just like this, and that will be fine. But if not, you'll need to use the F clamp here to be able to hold that, so let me show you how to do that. Now that we've got our timber held in our bench hook and with our F clamp, we can use our tenon saw. When you're using the tenon saw, you want your body to be nice and straight. We're going to look up here, the spine, through the handle, up our wrist, up our arm, all the way to our shoulder. It's all in line. We need that to be in line. You don't want to be trying to cut like this. You want to make sure that your feet are nice and wide apart, and that's all nice and straight when you're ready to cut. So, let's get cutting. Okay, so I'm going to use my finger here to hold the side of my tenon saw, and I'm going to place that in the middle of my cutting channel so that I've got even on both sides. I'm then just going to leave my finger there, and I'm going to do a couple of drawbacks of my saw, just like that, and creating a little bit of a nick just there that my saw can then start to use. And when I start to cut there, I'm going to slowly bring down the heel of the saw to start cutting on this other side as well. So the next thing we need to do is we're watching this cutting channel down the side here. We want to make sure our saw is going to go down in between our cutting channel lines. So we're going to make sure that we're watching, and now we're not doing this with our saw, which will then cut into our end blocks. So we want to cut down nice and neat all the way down between those blocks. So now that I've cut this section off, I need to move my timber across so I can cut this piece, and then I'll end up with my 2 pieces. So let's do that now. We've now cut our end blocks. Now when we cut them there, it's a little bit rough there, so the next video in our series we're going to be using the disc sander. That disc sander will get it to our pencil lines down here perfect and ready for our finished product. So make sure you stay tuned for that next video, but just like that, I'll see you in class.